Hey, welcome to Dating Advice for Men Who Love Women. If you want to be happy in a long term relationship with a woman, there are certain qualities that she must have. And if she doesn't have those qualities up to at least a certain level, it's impossible for you to build a really satisfying relationship with her over the long term. And if you've been around here for a while, then you might already know what those qualities are. So, for example, in order for anything to even get started with a woman, she must be interested in you. And I know that sounds kind of simple, but a lot of men ignore that. She needs to be romantically interested in you and not have some other kind of agenda in the background for why she would date you. And we talk a lot around here about how to find out if a woman's genuinely interested in you or not. So that's the first requirement. And the higher her interest level in you happens to be, because interest is not just 0 or 1, it's 0 to 10. And the higher her interest in you is, the better she treats you in general. And the better your relationship with her is going to be. So her interest level is number one. And then also, she must be available, meaning she doesn't have a boyfriend or a husband and she lives relatively close to you so that she's actually available to date you. So those are the first two requirements. She must be interested in you and available. And you might already know that if you've seen some of our other material. And then beyond that, she must also be great, GREATT, which just means giving, responsible, relatively emotionally stable, agreeable, trustworthy, and trusting. She has the ability to trust you once you earn it. If she has those qualities, then you can build a satisfying long-term relationship with her. And if you want to go deeper into what to look for in terms of those qualities in a woman, we have a couple of other videos on this channel, so you can just kind of search for that and go through those presentations about the specific things to look for in a woman that will allow you to be happy with her over time. And by the way, the YouTube videos that we have for you on this channel are not the only free content that we have for you. We actually have a lot of free ebooks and even free courses for you. And that includes material about how to dial in your body language, how to text in an attractive way with the woman or message online, and even how to build a long-term relationship. And so if you're interested in any of our other free content beyond this channel, make sure you go to datingadviceformenwholovewomen.com, or you can click on the link for that below, or scan the QR code on your screen to get all of our awesome free stuff. And so again, for a woman to be the right woman for you and for you to build a happy, healthy, sustainable, satisfying relationship with a woman, she must be interested in you and available, and she must be GREATT, great. And so as you're out there dating, those are the qualities that you want to be looking for over time. However, in this presentation, I want to simplify all of that a little bit more for you and give you one little thing to look for that's a really big deal. And it kind of summarizes a lot of those qualities for you in a way that's a lot easier to understand and kind of figure out. And so I'm going to give you a little tool to kind of cut to the chase on whether a woman can be the right woman for you or not. And here's the thing. It takes a lot of work to raise a woman's interest level to where we want it to be, and then to maintain her interest level in you over time. You got to put energy into that, or her love is going to fade. And we can't start taking her for granted once we're in a relationship. We got to maintain her high interest level. So romantic relationships take a lot of work. It's a lot of energy to make it good. And honestly, if she doesn't have the qualities that are necessary for you to be happy over the long term, the next 10, 15, 20 years, it's absolutely not worth it, in my opinion, at all. That's my opinion. However, if she is a woman who has these qualities and who really embodies what I'm about to talk about next with you, then it is worth it. And only then is it worth it, in my opinion. So keep that in mind. Like, if she doesn't meet these requirements, it's really not worth it to put all that effort in my opinion. And so now what I want to do is just give you a tool that will allow you to cut to the chase a little bit more about whether you should continue dating a woman or not. So from now on, I want you to look for this in a woman. And that is, how does she treat you? Now, this might sound simple, but it's very powerful. So I'm going to give you one more little mindset shift that will help you do this when you're actually interacting with women in real life. And so what I want you to do from now on is separate a woman's personality from the way she treats you. Because a lot of times, the reason why we're attracted to a woman and we start liking her more is that she's good looking, and then she has some personality qualities that we like. She's smart, she's nerdy, whatever it is that you're into. Or she likes the same kind of activities as you, or she's really interested in something that you're really interested in. Well, here's the thing. The way that she interacts with you is much more important than her general personality in terms of whether you should be with her in a long-term relationship. And so let's say you meet a woman who's really cool in general and she seems likable in general, but then she treats you like shit. Well, you obviously shouldn't be with her, but most men are liking her because her personality is likable and not looking too much at how she interacts with you, which is the key to your long-term happiness with a woman. How does she treat you? How does she interact with you? That's the key to a healthy, happy, long-term relationship with a woman. So I want you to start noticing how she treats you. And by the way, this is true with friends as well. Someone might be a cool person, but they might not treat you well. And for you to be in a good relationship with someone, you need to treat each other well. And I think we don't really focus on that enough. And if you do, you're going to be a lot happier and you're going to have a lot better relationships. And so disregard if someone is cool or likable or whatever, especially a woman that you're going to be with. Disregard that in favor of looking at how does she specifically interact with you. And if you do that, you're going to do better and you're going to be happier in your relationships. And here's another thing about that. The coolest people that I've met in the world that are just the most awesome people that I would like to be more like them, they never treat people poorly. Even people that they're not that interested in hanging out with, they're usually very cool towards everyone because only hurting people hurt people, right? So that goes pretty deep, but we don't need to go that deep. Just realize if someone is treating you well, that's healthy and good. And those are the kind of people you want to be in a relationship with, especially a woman that you're going to spend 20 or 30 or 50 years of your life with. And people who are capable of having a healthy relationship are going to treat you well by default. And here's the thing with a woman in a romantic relationship, the higher her interest level climbs, the better she's going to treat you, of course. And so we want to look at her interest level also, and then how she treats you. This is kind of the second most important factor after her interest level and her being available. And so if you're going to judge other people in terms of how much time you want to spend with them and how much they can be in your life, this should be one of the biggest factors, if not the most important one, which is how do they treat you? Now, this also doesn't mean that you shouldn't tease each other playfully. In fact, they've shown that the best relationships have a lot of even hard teasing sometimes. And that includes being playfully challenging towards a woman that you're interested in, right? That's different than actually putting someone down in a real way that comes from that internal pain of that person, even if they don't know it. That's like a real deep insult. That's not what we're talking about. It comes from a place of like genuinely caring about and liking someone and loving them, right? Like that's like real teasing. And so you want to keep your teasing playful and light and kind of making fun with her versus like putting her down. And so if you have something inside yourself where you're not able to do it that way, then work on that too, so that you can also bring your side of it to this, because it also matters how you treat her, right? And of course, it's a little different between the male and female side. And so if you need to kind of heal whatever you need to heal inside yourself so that you can treat other people well by default as well. And when you're teasing someone, there's no kind of deep pain or negativity behind that. It's actually trying to connect with them, not to destroy that bridge between you. And you want to look for that in other people too, especially a woman that you want to be in a long-term relationship with. And so here's the thing. It's cool if both of you like golf or rock climbing or something like that. But it's a lot better to be with a woman who doesn't like golf or rock climbing, and maybe she's super into art that you don't understand or don't care about, but she treats you well, instead of a woman where you both love to play golf or you go rock climbing and she doesn't treat you as well. This is much more important. And it's more important that a woman treats you well than if she's nerdy or cool or whatever as her general personality. What matters most is how she treats you, not how likable or cool they're perceived to be by the world. How does she treat you? So, no matter how hot or cool a woman seems, we want to like her more the better she treats you. So, her being good looking, of course, is part of her being attractive. And the way she treats you is another big piece of that pie. And for a lot of us, it's missing. And that might be because you learned in your childhood that close people can treat each other badly and it's normal. Well, it's not if you want to be in a happy, healthy, functional relationship. And now that you're an adult, that's what we want to go for. And so we're going to look for this and we're going to try to do it ourselves as well. And so if you want to be in a long-term relationship with a woman, ask yourself, how does she treat you? How does she talk to you? Does she respect your time? Now, a lot of women are a few minutes late getting ready for a certain thing sometimes, okay? That's not what I mean. What I mean is, let's say you go on 2 dates with a woman and she's 20 to 30 minutes late both times, and it starts to become a pattern over time. Then you have to start asking yourself, is that something that's acceptable to you over the long term, the next 50 years, or not? Does she show that she at least cares about your schedule, or is she just only thinking about her things or not thinking about it at all? And then how does she resolve conflicts with you? Does she generally like to discuss things calmly with you, or does she like to argue? Does she go off on you a lot, or does she usually focus on the behavior she doesn't like while not putting you down in general when she doesn't like something that you do? Does she build you up in public, or does she make you look bad in front of other people sometimes? Does she support you in the things that you're doing, or does she make doing those things more difficult? Is she thoughtful, or does she only think about herself? Is she part of the crew, or is she part of the cargo? And the big key to this is to look at her behavior patterns over time, not necessarily what she does on one bad day. So if she's having an exceptionally bad day, she does something she regrets towards you, and then she apologizes sincerely for it, and it's not a very common thing. That's different than every time she talks to you, it's in a specific way that isn't that good. So you want to look for patterns over time, not just one specific bad day. And also, you want to make sure that you're evaluating this based on who she really is right now, not what her potential might be or what she could be later. We're just going to look at her behavior as it actually is right now over time. And if she treats you well, great, we can continue. And if she treats you poorly, we're not going to continue. That helps you cut to the chase really fast. And so from now on, separate the way a woman interacts with you, how she treats you, from her general personality, and focus more on that as a reason to like her more or less, because that will lead you to choosing a better woman for you. And when you treat people well, and you also don't tolerate people who treat you badly, you have a better life in general as well. So look for how people treat you in general in your life, and especially look for how a woman treats you if you're trying to decide if you want to have a long-term relationship with her or not. Because if she treats you well, you can definitely be in a happy, healthy relationship with her. And if she treats you poorly, you can't. And it's not even that you deserve that, because we all deserve to be treated well at some level. Just because we exist as humans, we deserve a certain level of respect. And then our behavior on top of that kind of determines how much more we deserve it. So it's not even just that you deserve it. And of course, I would say that you do, because I'm on your side. You do deserve it. But it's not even that. It's just, it's impossible to build a good relationship with a woman who doesn't treat you well anyway. And it's not worth all that effort that we have to put in for you to treat her well in the way that keeps her interested in you over time. And so look for a woman who treats you well, and treat her well also, because that kind of woman deserves it. And so do you. And if you do meet a woman who does treat you well and she is interested in you and she is available, then make sure you follow the system inside our best selling attract and keep her system with her so that she falls deeply in love with you. So let's say she starts out at like a 4 out of 10 interest level in you. We want to make sure that rises all the way up to 9 out of 10. And if she has any positive interest level at all, whether it's 1 or 4 or 6 when she first meets you, it's definitely possible to raise it up to 9 or above. If it's 0, it's not. But if she has even a little bit of romantic interest in you, you can definitely raise it up to that 9 out of 10, which we call being in love with you. And that's when she's going to treat you the best, by the way. So that's what we want. And also, let's say she starts out at a 4 out of 10 interest in you. Your behavior can also, of course, lower that down to 0, which unfortunately is what happens most of the time when a woman's interested in a guy. And if you follow the system inside the attract and keep her system, her interest level will continue to rise over time until it hits 9 out of 10 or above, and she is deeply in love with you. And then all you have to do at that point, once it's 9 out of 10 or above, is maintain it. And you must follow the maintenance program that we talk about in the attract and keep her system. And if you do that, she will stay in love with you as long as you want to be with her. And so if you do meet the right woman for you and she does treat you well, go to attractandkeepher.com/system. That's attractandkeepher.com/system. And make sure you follow this with her from the very beginning all the way through your relationship with her, because that's how you treat her well. You're giving her what she needs and wants at a deep primal level. And then her interest in you is going to remain high as long as you want to be with her, and you can build a great relationship with a woman like that. And then it is all worth it. Otherwise, again, I don't think it is. And so go grab that now if you haven't already. You can also click on the link below this video or scan the QR code on your screen to get the attract and keeper system. And whether you do that or not, just start looking for how people treat you in your life, and especially the women that you're dating. Make sure you're also treating other people well, and then build stronger relationships from that point of view. And if you do that, you're going to do better, especially with women if you're looking for a long-term relationship. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm Jim Wolf with dating advice for men who love women, and I'll talk to you later.